How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. I also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about Ideanomics. They just brought out a big time press release today, and I'm going to be sharing that with you guys today. But before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the big time press release that really sets up Ideanomics very well, especially for the future and in regards to their position that they have going in the EV mobility space. Secondly, we're going to be doing a technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action, looking at those areas of support, looking at those areas of resistance, and if it does decide to pull back and you're considering to get into a position, where some prices where I would pay, and so forth. And then we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. We want to see, are there a lot of short sellers in this play? And it's also telling us, what is the market sentiment? Is it positive or is it negative? And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're on the official Ideanomics website, and we're going to be going over their recent press release. So Ideanomics acquires US EV tractor maker Solectrac. So let's read on further. So Ideanomics announced it has fully acquired Solectrac Inc., a California-based manufacturer and distributor of premium zero-emission electric tractors that use clean renewable sources of energy, furthering the mission to reduce commercial fleet greenhouse gas emissions. Ideanomics will support Solectrac across various business functions, providing operational confidence to scale and become established as a global leader and supplier of clean agricultural equipment. Solectrac has a significant head start in the electric tractor market in North America with limited competition and aligns with Ideanomics' commitment in the ESG initiatives. Those commitments include accelerating the adoption of zero-emission commercial EVs, transparency, accountability, and environmental sustainability. Solectrac enhances Ideanomics' ecosystem of EV businesses with a premium offering in the rapidly growing agriculture sector that is on the cusp of EV adoption. The Solectrac electric tractor lineup is fully scalable and market-ready to generate revenue in the U.S. with proven demand. The use of proceeds from the deal will allow Solectrac to build up inventory, improve negotiating power, strengthen and diversify the supply chain, increase production capacity in the U.S., hire additional management and staff, and fuel further sales and marketing initiatives. The acquisition of Solectrac is perfectly aligned with our EV and mobility initiatives, said Alf Poor, Ideanomics CEO. EV tractors have proven to be superior to their diesel counterparts, not only when it comes to torque and overall performance, but also when you consider operating costs, reliability, and the positive impact they have on the environment. They are also an undeserved part of the market when it comes to EV initiatives. For those reasons, we are excited to bring Steve Heckeroth and the Solectrac team into the Ideanomics family. With farmers and business operators eager to transition from diesel to sustainable alternatives, we intend to make Solectrac the reliable go-to brand not just here in North America, but across the globe. All of us at Solectrac are pleased to be joining the Ideanomics ecosystem, giving us access to an array of resources to help scale our marketing operations and manufacturing capabilities, said Solectrac founder and CEO Steve Heckeroth. Our mission is to lead the transition from fossil fuel-based farming to zero-emission regenerative agriculture with best-in-class technologies, and Ideanomics will help us accelerate our progress toward that game-changing goal. So this is definitely some great news to hear that Ideanomics has fully acquired Solectrac. This gives them pretty much direct exposure, and they're going to be able to reap all of the benefits that this game-changing technology actually has, and it's great for the environment. I didn't get a chance to cover this in the beginning, but let's kind of just go over quickly what this looks like, and also talks about the Solectrac right here with these quick points. So Solectrac offers 3 different e-tractors and utility vehicles ranging from 25 to 70 horsepower for use in a variety of agricultural and utility operations. Ideanomics acquires the remaining 78.6% 50% of the fully diluted cap table of SolarTrak to own 100%. The agriculture tractor market is a $75 billion market globally, with the under 40 horsepower segment accounting for more than 60% of demand. So this is definitely a good look, like I was saying previously, for Ideanomics, and I can't wait to see this get reflected on earnings reports when they come out. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Ideanomics. Let's see how it performed on the day. So we ended up closing at $3.03, being down 3.50% on the day. On the low, it tested $3.02, then on the high, testing $3.20. So the chart that we're using is actually the 1 year daily chart, and now we want to see how it lines up with our indicators. So first and foremost, we could see from the RSI down below, it is right around 51, so right around fair value, right in the middle. So it is not overbought and it is not oversold. Now, if we take a look at our indicators, it is showing strength, of course, above the 200-day. It's also above the 21-day EMA, but it has broken through the 100-day. So it looks like a pullback is imminent. As you can see, it's been hit with a lot of selling pressure when it tested up here around that 361 area. So taking that into consideration, I'd want to see it actually bounce off the 21-day EMA at $2.98. We've seen it do this in the past, so we do know history does tend to repeat itself. But if it does decide to break through that 21-day EMA, then I'll be looking forward to see there's some support right around this 286 level. 284 is where I usually see it actually bounce off. So we have to see if that mid 80 level for in the twos, of course, would actually hold up. If it actually ended up breaking through this, then the next level I'll be looking out for will be around the 260s. We have seen in the past it's came close to actually testing right here on the 200-day. So if it did end up happening, then I see this as a great opportunity to add, especially if you do believe in the long-term prospects. But if you're thinking about getting into a new position, you could definitely get into Ideanomics below $3. So that's what I would look at if I was going to get started with a position. And as far as that area of resistance where it got hit with a lot of selling pressure, if it's able to actually show some sign of a recovery and get back to this level and actually pass it, then I'll be looking forward to seeing a move going to around 389, 390, let's just call it that. If it get past that, then we're easily getting into the fours, and it's very quickly where we can go from there. We already see the 52-week high was around $5.53. So I see Ideanomics being able to revisit this area within a year. So definitely some upside here. So we're now on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for Ideanomics. So we can see the short volume ratio is at 20%, and this is taking the close as of June the 11th. As we scroll down on the page, short shares availability is at 4.4 million, and the short ball free rate is at 6.13%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, it has definitely creeped up since we've seen from June the 8th. It was at 9.99, went to 12, 21.36, and then moving on to June 11th, which was on Friday, being at 20.10. So this is definitely significant and something to keep on the radar. And what does this mean? We're going to continue to see some volatility inside of the stock, and it's part of the reasons why, if you are thinking about getting into a position, I'll be looking out for a pullback and getting this stock below the $3 range. No doubt in my mind it'll be able to test that particular area, especially since we do have a lot of short sellers in that stock that want this price to come down. So be on the lookout if you're interested in getting into a position. So for my final thoughts for Ideanomics, I like the fact that they fully acquired SolarTrak. As what was stated inside the press release, they have very little competition. So right away, they'll be able to benefit alone from this attribute overall. And part of the reasons being is because they're going to be able to generate revenues fairly quickly, especially seeing that as far as the SolarTrak and as far as e-tractors, they're a lot more efficient and they just work better performance-wise. Another thing to understand, Ideanomics does have their hands in a various amount of segments inside EV mobility, right? So they have the SolarTrak, which is a part of e-agriculture, we can call it that. They also have Wave, which is their wireless charging for commercial vehicles. We see this going on with buses. They also have the e-bikes, like the list goes on, and they're also in the fintech space. So Ideanomics is definitely setting themselves up very well. We also do know about the Russell 3000, which we covered on this channel. So taking all of this into consideration, this is definitely looking like a stock that should be able to get to $5 to $7 within a year, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Do understand, as far as for the short volume ratio, it is around 20%. So there's going to continue to be volatility in this play, and especially since we do have the Fed meeting going on this week, I could see a pullback that's going to be coming. And I see this as an opportunity, especially if you believe in the long-term prospects. Of course, you want to do a dollar cost averaging approach. You just don't want to go heavy on your first position. You want to be able to really make sure you can get a nice cost basis going so you can really maximize your profits when the stock does begin to run up. Hope you guys found this video helpful, and we'll be talking real soon.